Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We have a lot to talk about in today's show. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to do 2 mailbags where we answer questions from subscribers. We're going to give our Giants versus Washington preview later on in the show. But we're going to start today's show with the news of the day. The Giants, they have made 2 roster moves. They have cut someone from the practice squad. They've added someone to the practice squad. And that player will most likely be a game day call-up this Sunday and be returning punts and maybe even kicks for Big Blue. We're going to break all that down in today's show. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Good to see everybody. Got my guy, Patrick Seatman, rolling shoddy with me, pushing the 1s and 2s behind the screen. Before we get any further into the show, I want to know where the real ones are at. If you're a real one, go ahead and drop a real one down in the comments section. Marsh, what is a real one? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's someone that always tunes in. No matter if the Giants are 1-4-1 in their last 6 games. No matter if you don't think they're going to beat Washington. No matter if the season's over or it's the offseason. You bleed Giants blue and red. You're down to ride or die with this team. You support the channel. You show love. You comment, like, subscribe, share, and super chat if you can. The real ones are always standing up, and they're already in the chat. Heavy shout out to Alexis, M. Mulvey, Beast Gaming, Killa Kev, Corinne, Francisca, Big Boy Kev, Reginald, Monkey, Nick Dub, Connor says, y'all are Cowboys fans in disguise. Connor, I'll tell you what, that is just not the truth. Mark says the Jets are better than the Giants. Alvin says real one. Monkey, my guy. Gerald Stewart, what up, Brody? Shout out to G's Up. Shake, what up, Shake? Class Clown, LeVar. My guys are in the chat. Good to see everybody in here. We're going to have a lot of fun today. If you haven't yet, go ahead. Like it says at the bottom of the screen, like this video because we have 65 people watching to start and only 15 likes. Those are rookie numbers. Go down right now, hit that like button. And let me tell you guys about our sponsor and our proud sponsor of today's Giants Now live video, and that is Fetch, the free and easy-to-use app that lets you turn receipts into points that you can then redeem for gift cards. Fetch is a free app that allows you to scan your receipts and earn points that can be redeemed for gift cards to your favorite stores, restaurants, and online retailers. It's super easy to use. You use the app to snap a photo of your receipt from your purchases from any store or click the e-receipt option, and Fetch can connect to your Amazon account and you'll earn points for all shipped orders. Plus, connect your email to earn points for every e-receipt you receive from Uber, Instacart, or any purchases you make online. Those points can then be redeemed for gift cards at your favorite stores and restaurants. And when you sign up, when you go to chatsports.com/fetch, download the app, iPhone or Android, and when you use the promo code CHAT, they're going to hook you guys up with 5,000 bonus points for free. That means you're already halfway on your way to a $10 gift card. One thing a viewer told me that was awesome was they hooked up their YouTube account email to Fetch, and now they get points for every super chat that they send. I think that's pretty cool, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're supporting the show with the super chats. You're supporting the show by downloading Fetch. It's really 3 birds, 1 stone, and you're getting points so you can get a free gift card. Shout out to Fetch, chatsports.com/Fetch. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. Alexis with the $5 super chat. What up? He says, we need a O-line, we need an O-line, and we need actually receivers for Jones. I don't disagree with you at all. Look, it's hard to play quarterback in the National Football League when you don't have receivers that separate, when you don't have an offensive line that creates time for you in the pocket. I went back and watched some all-22 coaches tape of that Giants game this past weekend, and there was one play that really stood out to me. It was early on in the game. It was a 3rd down on the left side of the field. Isaiah Hodgins runs a 15-yard stop and go. So he gets to 15 yards. He acts like he's going to sit it down on a curl route and then goes, double moves. He beats the corner. But before he even gets into the stop and go, Daniel Jones was already sacked. So Kafka gave this offensive line, Kafka being the offensive coordinator, gave this O-line a chance to say, hey, can you guys protect Daniel Jones? Can we take some shots downfield? He tried it. He dialed it up. And it ultimately ended in a sack. The offensive line let him down. I have such mixed emotions about Daniel Jones. I love him. I just don't know if he is the guy, and I don't know if he ever will get a chance to really prove he's the guy. Doesn't really have the offensive line help. Doesn't really have the receiver help. He has every excuse in the book to use. And I'm not saying using the excuse in a negative way, but he has them. His playmakers are hurt. His offensive line's not good. But at the end of the day, in the NFL, good quarterbacks kind of overcome that. Justin Herbert's the most pressured quarterback in the NFL. I think everyone in this chat would take Justin Herbert over Daniel Jones. I like DJ. I'd like to see him in a better system. Maybe he succeeds more outside of the New York Giants. If you want the Giants to beat Washington this weekend, go ahead and like this video right now. We're up to 95 people watching and only 34 likes. Those are rookie numbers. Pump those numbers up. Like the video right now. If we can get to 69 likes in the next minute, if we can get to 69 likes in the next minute, as I've had a timer going for 72 hours, meaning I have not stopped it since we did a shot clock on the live stream on Sunday. If we can get to 69 likes in the next minute, I'm going to do 2 shots of Fireball. I already owe a shot of Fireball for my dog Alexis, because every first super chat of the day is a Fireball shot, but we got another $5 super chat coming in from Big Boy Kev. What up, brother? He says, I'm thinking with our cap space and the Bills and Cowboys signing was themselves, we can satisfy Odell's needs. So if we do, we can get him that target. I think the Cowboys and I think the Bills are out on Odell Beckham Jr. The Cowboys signing T.Y. Hilton. The Buffalo Bills signing Cole Beasley. I don't know if Odell Beckham's playing football this year, though. Sounds like a lot of NFL teams were upset that Odell said he doesn't feel the need to play in the regular season. Supposedly that rubbed a lot of general managers and owners the wrong way. If he's not going to play until week 1 of the playoffs, I don't think any team should sign him except the New York Giants, and that's if you declare that he's the one wide receiver you're going to go out and make a move for this offseason. He's going to be the best free agent best wide receiver free agent this offseason. So there's some reasons. I think you can get him cheaper. I think you can get him in the building, working with your staff, working with your trainers. If you keep Daniel Jones, he gets an offseason with DJ. It makes some sense for the Giants to sign him right now. I mean, you're not competing with any teams to sign him. I just don't know if that is inevitably going to happen. I don't think OBJ signs with the team until free agent this offseason. We do have our Super Chat menu for today because we are in a Super Chat battle with the other live shows going on right now at Chat Sports. Every $5 Super Chat, we're going to do, as we like to call them, the Brian Day Bowls. Whatever you're drinking, you pour a little bit in here, and at the end of the show, I'm going to chug this for you guys. Every $5 super chat, we're pouring a little bit into the Brian Day Bowl. We'll chug that at the end of the show. Every $10 super chat, we're going to take Fireball shots. If we get a $50 super chat, we're going to be doing a beer shotgun. If we get a $100 super chat, as you guys know, you become a part of the Hard Hat Hall of Fame. We're getting closer and closer to filling this bad boy up. There's only a couple spots left on here. If you want to be a part of it, the time might be now. And I'll say this. If we can get to $150 in super chats, me and producer Seeps, we're doing a beer shotgun race. $250. Let's get there. Because we are in a super chat battle with Dolphins Today, another Chat Sports channel that's live right across the studio. Cleveland Browns report is live right to my left. And we are losing big. Huge in the super chat battle right now. I need some help. I need the real ones to step up if they can and show up. I need some help. Right now, we're at $15 in super chats because Big Boy Kev is back with another $5 super chat. Says also, do you think Saquon will play against Washington with the neck injury? He played with against the Eagles. So we do have news on that. We're going to talk about that coming up here in a second. The rumors are, though, that Saquon Barkley was not even on the injury report today, which makes it sound like to me that he's completely healthy and he is going to play, and I expect him to be a much bigger factor than he was in the game against the Philadelphia Eagles, where he played just 20 snaps and had 11 touches. Look, if you want to win the football game this Sunday, Saquon Barkley's got to be the best player on the field like he was for the most part of the season. We need Saquon back. We need him to play like that number 2 pick that he was when everyone was down to re-sign him. He hasn't been as good since. Is he hurt? Is the O-line not helping him? I think all of that goes into account. But at the end of the day, you got to have your best players play like they're best. And look, it's win or go home at this point. We need Saquon Barkley to be that guy. Another $15 super chat from Alexandros Games, my guy. He says, I'm praying we win the rest of the season. It's going to be a miracle. It's going to be tough, no doubt about it. I think the Giants just have to win 2 more football games to make the playoffs. You got to play Washington. Still got to play the Eagles. You got the Commanders. You got Washington, the Eagles. You got the Vikings, and then you have the Colts. You have 4 games left. Win 2 of those games, and I think that gets us in. Even if you don't beat Washington, you can still make the playoffs. Then you're going to have to beat a team like the Colts and a team like the Vikings, or the Colts and the Eagles, or the Vikings and the Eagles, or the Eagles and the Colts. You got to win 2 games the rest of the season to make the playoffs. Shout out to AG for the $15 super chat. I'm going to take a shot of Fireball because we're doing $10 shots of Fireball, and I'm going to put a little bit into the Brian Day Bowl for my guy. Shout out to him. Look, I think the Giants can win 2 more games this season. I think they can make the playoffs. Shout out to you, my guy. Ricky with a $5 super chat says, let's go Giants. Yes, sir. This one's for my guy, Alex. This one's for my guy, Ricky. At the end of the show, I don't know why it's that color. That's kind of scaring me a little bit. Is that usually what this color is? I don't know. Maybe the bowl was dirty. We'll find out, though. I'll let you know how it tastes at the end of the show. Every $5 super chat, we pour a little bit into the Brian Day Bowl. Shout out to Ricky for the $5 super chat. Let's get the comment section flowing, as there's already a bunch of people in the chat. Let's get everybody active in the chat, though. Type F Washington in the chat for me, because it's game week, it's rivalry week, it's NFC East week, and it is win or go home. It is. I know I said you could still make the playoffs if you lose to Washington, but it's going to be a whole lot harder than if you just go out and beat Washington. So let's get the F Washingtons going in the comment section. I'll give shout out. Shout out to M. Mulvey Tucker, Big Boy Kev, Ricky, Alexandros, Corinne, John, Phillip, G's Up, Suit Animal, Reginald Anderson, Osmosis Jones says, I really hope Adoree plays. I got bad news. He ain't playing. Alex Roberts says F Washington. JD says F Washington Commandos. I love that. Let's go. Another super chat from Big Boy Kev coming in with a 2-ball. Says, I say we beat the Colts. We stopped Derek. We did. We stopped Derrick Henry. Jonathan Taylor, I don't think, is having the same type of season that he did last year. He's still a really talented back. It's going to be a group effort to slow him down. The Giants can beat the Colts. They should beat the Colts. I bet when they play the Colts, they'll actually be favored in Vegas by a couple of points. That's a game that you should win, no doubt about it. You just got to go out and do it. Shout out to Juan, Dwayne, Denrod. Let's go. Sahagan's detailing in the chat. I remember this time, Seeps. Sahagan, my guy, what up? Good to see you in the chat. G-Zep says, you on fire. You're on fire, my guy, because you're in the chat and you're showing love. We do have 2 mailbags coming up. We're going to be taking and answering questions from subscribers. So if you want to be featured on the mailbag, use hashtag Giants in the comment section. So just ask a question. If you have a take or whatever it is, use hashtag Giants. Or if you want to guarantee you a spot on today's show, you can super chat with a question because all super chats get put up on the show, and we'll put it in the mailbag, and we'll answer that live on the show. We're up to $37 in super chats. Once we get to 100, I'll do a beer shotgun. How about that? Once we get to 100, I'll do a beer shotgun. We're at 37 right now, so my math skills tell me 63. 63. That's some mental math in my head. But if we get to 250, me and Seeps are doing a beer shotgun. And the reason I chose 250 is because currently we're in a super chat battle, and Dolphins today is up to 221. We got to catch them, guys. We got to let them know that Giants fans are the most badass fans out there. Right now in our studios, our Dolphins show is live and our Browns show is live. We're kicking the Browns show ass because the Giants are just a much better franchise than the Browns. We're a way better franchise than the fraudulent Dolphins. So help me get some shit-talking rights in the studio this week and the rest of the weekend. Help us catch up to Dolphins today, who's at $221 in super chats. Remember, get your guys' questions in the chat right now. Producer Seeps is telling me we don't have any questions in the chat, so I need you guys to stand up. I need my guy Brody and Cal and Big Boy Kev getting a question in. Steven, ask a question for me in the comment section. Daft Punk, it's Daft Punk's birthday. I want everyone to type HBD in the chat right now for my guy Daft Punk 2980. Show him some love. Show him some love. Happy birthday, my guy. I hope it's a good one. Oh, Alexandros Games, my guy, with a $20 super chat. Bang! He says, this is because I don't want to lose to the Dolphins. I don't either. Because you know what that's going to mean? I'm going to have the host of Dolphins Today, Will Scott, come out of that studio. Hey, Marshy, what happened? I don't want to hear any of that BS. So help me out if you can. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. I'm going to take 2 shots for my guy right here. Woo! Let's ride. Sahagans! Detailing and listening to this gets my mind right. I love it. That's why you're a real one. Always showing love. Always supporting. Y'all support him. Sahagans Detailing. Got to be the best in the game if you're watching this show, because only the best of the best watch this show. BTB, be the best. We're having a little bit of fun. We're going to do that right now, though. We're going to get into the cut right now on the latest Giants injury news preview and the Giants making 2 roster move. Use hashtag Giants, though, in the comment section like Corinne. If you have a question like Brody, ask it away in the comment section. JD, you got to have hashtag Giants like it appears on the screen right here. You have hashtag space and then Giant. Do hashtag Giants like it appears just on the screen. Shout out to Ricky for getting the question in. Get your questions in, and if you haven't yet, like this video because we are at 71 likes. Once we get to 100 likes, I'll go ahead and I'll do another shot of Fireball. Shout out to Fabian for getting a question in, a real one. I appreciate you. Shout out to Steven for getting a question in. One oh so solid for getting a question in. Let's get into it, though. Giants preview, injury news, and roster moves. Let's get into the latest news surrounding Big Blue. So in our preview videos, I always say, if you want to beat X, like the video. And through the first 10 games of the season, it worked 80% of the time. But the last 5 weeks, it hasn't been working, so I want to switch up the sauce. If you want to beat the Commanders, if you want the Giants to win, just comment win down in the comment section. Because that's all that matters this week is that the Giants win. So if you want to guarantee it, if you want the Giants to beat the Commanders this weekend on Sunday Night Football, just comment win down in the comment section right now. Shout out to the real ones and welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We have a loaded show for everybody out there today. The Giants, they made 2 roster moves, one of them being a wide receiver that they have signed and I think is going to play this upcoming weekend. We'll talk about that. Then we'll also go through the latest injury news. The Giants, they put out their Wednesday practice injury report. We'll talk about that. We got some big news on Saquon Barkley and Leonard Williams. And then we'll close the show with a Giants versus Washington preview, and I'll give you my 5 keys to victory if the Giants want to beat Washington, and we'll also show the odds of the playoffs and a playoff appearance if the Giants win or if the Giants lose to Washington. It's going to be an awesome show. Lock us in, like this video if you love the G-Men. Let's start with some roster moves. I know I'm already going to mess up his name. I've looked it up 100 times, and I just cannot get it right. Roy Mbitike, I believe he is the International Player Pathway offensive lineman that's been on and off the Giants practice squad all year long. He was officially released off the practice squad today. I believe he'll be back. You can add another International Player Pathway program guy, and it doesn't count as one of the 16 spots on the practice squad. For at the moment, he's off it, and he was released to make room so the Giants could sign another player, and that being Jaydon Mickens, the wide receiver that has previously played for the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He played 22 games for the Jaguars and 16 games for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mickens was signed to the Giants practice squad today. He has 24 receptions for 145 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns in 38 career games in the National Football League. He also has 44 career kick returns with 75 punt returns, including 1 punt return touchdown and, unfortunately, 5 muffed punts. So, he's not perfect. It is what it is. When you're signing somebody this late in December, they're not going to be a perfect player. But this all stems from the fact that Richie James is someone that is on the injury report with a concussion, and he's our only punt returner because Adoree Jackson is hurt because for some unknown reason, he was put at the punt returner spot. But I expect Jaydon Mickens to return punts this weekend on Sunday Night Football against the Washington Commanders because I don't think Richie James is going to play dealing with that concussion. The Giants need another guy out there. That's going to be Mickens, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a couple of snaps at the wide receiver spot. He's about 5'11", 6 foot. He's a really shifty guy. He can make some moves happen. He's a good guy with the football in his hands. All I ask, though, just don't muff the punt. Like, just catch it, fair catch it. I don't even care if you catch it. Just let that piece roll. I can't afford any more turnovers on the punt team. But look, this is why you subscribe to New York Giants Now by Chat Sports, because when news happens, when roster moves happen, when rumors come out, when news comes out, we get you guys a video as soon as possible. And I'm calling on everyone watching this video right now. I'm pulling out all the stops this week because we got to do our part to beat the Commanders. If you're already a subscriber, I want you to type me in the comments section. If you're not a subscriber, change that. Sub for Giants Dubs. Go down right now, hit that big red button, and help Giants Now get to 21,000 subscribers. We're about 160 away. I think we can get there on this video. If you love the Giants, looking for nonstop Giants news and rumors coverage, videos every single day, 2 live streams a week, go down right now and hit that big red button. Let's focus in now on the game at hand, Sunday Night Football at Washington at FedEx Field. The Giants are going to enter this one as 4.5-point underdogs with a total over-under of 39.5 points. So Vegas is expecting a low-scoring game and Washington to squeak out a win. You get 3 points for being the home team, so they're really telling you this. They think this could be a pick-em, at best a 1.5-point game for Washington. Look, you got to show up. It's win or go home. It's playoff time. I don't care if it says week 15 right there. It's playoff time. It's December football. Show up or go home. That's the point I'm at with this football team. We're going to learn a lot about the coaches and the players come Sunday Night Football. Let's go through the injury report for Wednesday's practice. These are the players that did not participate. Joshua Ezeudu still dealing with that neck injury, which is pretty scary. The guy's missed a couple of weeks, hasn't practiced in a couple of weeks, not expecting him to play. I don't think Adoree Jackson's going to play. Talked with Dan Duggan of The Athletic on Twitter a little bit. I asked him if he was out for the season. He says no, but I don't know when he's coming back. So I don't think it's this week. Richie James has a concussion. So does Jihad Ward. Jihad Ward didn't leave the game on Sunday with a concussion. He provided a very passionate speech after the game with a lot of curse words. I loved it. But now he's on the concussion protocol. Hopefully he plays this week. We could really, really use it. He was on the side at practice, at least working with some trainers. Shane Lemieux still dealing with that toe injury. I don't expect him to play either. These guys were limited at practice. Daniel Bellinger, Nick McLeod, Elerson Smith, and Leonard Williams. I will say this. I'm feeling more and more confident that Leonard Williams will play this week. Last week he was a DNP at every single practice. The fact that he's back on the practice field, I think bodes well for his game day status. I think the same with Daniel Bellinger. I'm expecting him to be out there. At this point, if you have a pulse and you can run, you better be out there because it's time to lay your season on the line. It's a nut-cutting time. Show up or put up. Let's go Giants. We need Leonard Williams and Bellinger out there. A guy that we are going to have out there is Saquon Barkley. He was not on the Giants injury report after being a game-time decision last week, and that's huge for Saquon. That's huge for this offense. That's huge for me. That's huge for Giants fans that are going to be rooting for this team to win a football game this Sunday. Saquon Barkley was not on the injury report. Let's hope he's close to or back to 100%. Nobody's really 100% at this point in this season, but let's hope he's better than what he was last week and he's used in a bigger role. Only played 20 snaps, had 9 carries and 2 receptions. I need Saquon to have his best game of the season. It's that time of year. You need your best players to play like your best players. Saquon Barkley, he might be our best player. It's time to show up. He's been average the past couple of weeks. He was unstoppable at the beginning part of the year. Let's get back to that Saquon Barkley. And I want to show him some love. Let's get some good vibes going. Let's show our guy 2-6 Saquon Barkley some love. Go ahead and like this video right now. If you want Saquon Barkley to play this week and to have his best game of the season, I want you to go down right now, like this video, or drop his jersey number 26 in the comments section. Before we get into the latest injury news on Washington and my 5 keys to victory, I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Fetch, a free app that is super easy to use. You can turn your receipts into free gift cards. Listen up. It's going to help you save money and get free gift cards. Fetch is awesome. I use it every single day. The free app that allows you to scan your receipts and earn points that can be redeemed for gift cards to your favorite stores, restaurants, and online retailers. It's super easy to use. You use the app to snap a photo of your receipts from purchases from any store or click the e-receipt option, and Fetch can connect to your Amazon account, and you'll earn points for all shipped orders. Plus, connect your email to earn points for every e-receipt from Uber, Instacart, or any purchases you make online. Those points can then be redeemed for gift cards at your favorite stores and restaurants. When you go to chatsports.com/fetch and you use the promo code chat, they're going to hook you guys up with 5,000 bonus points. That's chatsports.com/fetch, promo code chat. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. You can download the app for iPhone or Android. Everyone's going to be buying stuff this holiday season. Don't just throw those receipts away. Just take a simple picture of them, start to build up points, and turn those points into gift cards. Shout out to Fetch, the real ones. Get hooked up with them. You can thank me later. More injury news. Let's take a look now at actually the opponent. Let's look at Washington's injury report. Brian Robinson, the stud running backs, dealing with the quad. The Washington Commanders are coming off their bye week, so a lot of their players are going to be healthier than the Giants. Robinson's dealing with a quad. Antonio Gibson with a foot, so their top 2 backs were limited at least this week so far in practice. Montez Sweat's got a concussion. So does James Smith-Williams. Dax Maline, I believe his name is, has an undisclosed injury. Same with Andrew Norwell. Benjamin St. Juste has an ankle injury, and Cam Sims also has an undisclosed injury. I think it was the first 2 guys that were important. Their top 2 backs are at least somewhat banged up. Probably going to play, will play, but they both were limited in practice on Wednesday. So I want to ask this question. I want to gauge the audience, and I want everyone to be honest with me right now. What is your confidence level in a Giants win this week versus Washington? 1 being you're not confident at all. 10 being you'd bet your life on it. You'd bet your house on it. Scale it from 1 to 10 for me in the comments section right now. What is your confidence level in a Giants win this week versus Washington? I'm at about a 7 or an 8. I'm confident. I think we're a better football team. I think we should win the game. Scale it for me, 1 to 10. What's your confidence level in the G-Men getting a dub this weekend? Let's quickly go through my top 5 keys to victory. And I didn't want to go too elaborate with these this week because football is a simple game. And Giants, they just got to do the simple stuff to win at this point. Start fast. Go out and get a lead. Make Washington play from behind. Make Heineke have to throw the football. Eliminate the run game from their offense. That's what they lean on. They're the number 1 offense in the National Football League in time of possession. They want to grind out drives. They want to hand the football off. They want to get 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 2, 4, then throw it to McLaurin. They want to ease the ball up the football field. That's why you should start fast. Get out to an early lead. Make them come from behind. I think that's going to be huge this week, and I also think it's going to be important to get Saquon Barkley going because, look, he's our best offensive weapon. Whether you don't like the running back, whether you didn't like the pick at number 2, all that bullshit's in the past. The thing that's in the future and that matters is this Sunday night against Washington. And if you want the Giants to win, you better freaking root for Saquon Barkley because if he has a bad game, the chances of the Giants winning are not going to be very good. We need Saquon to, in my opinion, have the best game that he has so far this season. And if you get him going early and often, I definitely think there's a chance that he could do that. Also, look, can we get some turnovers? Can we get a strip sack from Kayvon Thibodeau? Can Julian Love jump in front of a pass? Can Fabian Morrow tip a pass that bounces up in the air and Jalen Smith intercept it? We have to win the turnover battle this weekend. Daniel Jones, hold on to the football. Someone on defense come up with a big play. Azeez Ojulari, can we get another strip sack? We need the big dogs on defense to make game-changing plays this weekend. You know what else we need this weekend? Daniel Jones. Please, will the real Daniel Jones please stand up? We need Daniel Jones to have his best game of his life. His life this Sunday. Because you know what? This will be the biggest game he has ever played in. High school, college, NFL, he's never played in a football game with these meaningful of expectations and potential outcomes of what happens with a win or a loss. And good thing for Daniel Jones, he plays his best football in Washington. In 3 career games at FedEx Field versus Washington, Jones is completing 67.6% of his passes, has 813 passing yards, 7 touchdown passes, 111 rushing yards, and 1 rushing touchdown. Type number 8, Daniel Jones's number in the comment section. Let's all rally around DJ this weekend. We need him. We need Daniel Jones to step up and show us that he's elite. Go out and win this weekend, Daniel Jones. That money on that next contract, it's going to be a lot higher. Just win. Just do what you got to do. Grind it out. Find a way. Win the football game. If you got to go for 2 to win in regulation, do it. If you got to do whatever you got, I don't care. Just win the football game. Brian Daboll, you were a coach that played for keeps in the first part of this season. I coined the nickname of Big Balls Daboll. Get back to that coaching style. Coach, don't be scared. Don't be scared to win. Don't coach scared to win. Don't coach like you're just trying not to lose either. Go out and claim what's yours. Coach like the coach that we all fell in love with in the first 10 games of the season. Just win the football game. Do the little things. Don't beat yourself. No penalties. No offensive linemen downfield on touchdown passes. No illegal formations. Just win the damn football game. Because I'll tell you right now, you go out and beat Washington, you have an 89% chance to make the playoffs. Right now, prior to the game, the Giants have a 60% chance to make the playoffs. You go out and beat Washington, you have an 89% chance to make the playoffs. You lose to Washington, it's going to be tough. You got to win 2 more games this year. But if you beat Washington, that bodes really, really well for the Giants' chances at making a playoff berth for the first time since the 2016 season. It's been a long time. You can right a lot of wrongs right here, Daniel Jones, with a win. This is going to be the most pressure you've ever played with. Go out and win. Get your first primetime win in your career. You're going to be a very, very rich man one day. Let me know, though, before we get out of here, who do you got? Who do you got? Who is going to win the football game? Type NYG for the Giants, WAS for Washington. Let me know. who you rolling with? Who's winning the game? Sound off in the comments section. And shout out to all the real ones. Let's go. Shout out to Alzo, Powerhouse, Steven, Brightest Future, G's Up, Ricky, Robert, Reginald, Brody, William, Corinne, Tyler, Mr. Lico, next in the building, James. Steven says Dable isn't calling plays. I know that. I never said he was. I know Mike Kafka calls the plays, but he makes the decisions. He helps. He probably comes up with the game plan as more. But I'm talking about the decisions. Like not punting in overtime in Washington territory with 3 minutes to go. Go for it. If you got to go for it on fourth down, go for it. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. I think we had a little two-piece for my guy Sahagins. Sahagins Detailing coming in with a $2 super chat. Says, I'll be heading to New York next year. Let's go to a game. Maybe. Shout out to my guy Sahagins Detailing and a real one of the channel. We do have a super chat menu on today's show because we're in a three-way competition here on the channel with the other live shows that we got. Every $5 super chat, we're going to do the Brian Dable. We already got some in here. Every $5 super chat, a little bit goes into the bowl. And at the end of the show, I'm chugging this. Every $10 super chat, we're going to be taking fireball shots. If someone comes in with a $50 super chat, we'll do a beer shotgun. And if you send in a $100 super chat, you become a member of the Hard Hat Hall of Fame here at New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. We are running out of space for everybody, so I want all the real ones that haven't got their chance yet to get on there. We probably got about, what would you say, Seeps, 7, 8, 9 stickers left? We're getting close. Also, we're at $60 in super chats. We're smacking the Browns report. They're just a poverty franchise. It's not because of Petey. It's because they're just not a good football team. Giants are a good football team. You know who's another good football team? It's the Miami Dolphins. But you know whose fans suck compared to Giants fans? That's the Miami Dolphins. And right now, their live show is beating us in the super chat battle right now. Come up in here, Chugs. Our Miami Dolphins producer.
Miami Dolphins, the greatest football team. They take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. They're in the air, they're on the ground, they're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins #1. Hey, because we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins #1. Woo!
That's what I'm going to have to deal with all weekend long if we end up losing this super chat battle. So at this point, I am begging. I am begging for some help because I can't deal with that. So help me out. Help out in the super chat battle. Help us catch up to Miami Dolphins today. If we can get to $100 in super chats, I'll do a beer shotgun on the show right now. Remember, every $5 super chat, we're doing Brian Daboll's. And if we get a $10 super chat, we'll do... I'm flustered, Seeps.
Somebody also, if we pass Dolphins, it's not 250.
If we pass the Miami Dolphins show...
222.
If we get to 222, me and Seeps are going to be doing a beer shotgun race.
Yeah.
If we can beat Miami Dolphins today in super chats,
That just pissed me off.
I'm upset.
I'm upset.
So if anyone can help us out, I would greatly appreciate it. We also do have a mailbag coming up right now. If you haven't got your question in, go ahead and do that. Hashtag Giants in the comment section. Get your questions in. All super chats are guaranteed to get on the show. Hashtag Giants or Super Chat. How are we looking? Light on questions? We could use some more. Producer Patrick Seatman is saying that we don't have nearly enough questions in the queue right now. So if you could ask a question for me in the comment section using hashtag Giants, make it look just like it does on screen right there. That way we can pull it on our software. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you can, help me out. Or maybe they're going to make me admit that Dolphins fans are better than Giants fans if we lose this battle. And I just don't know if I can do that. Get your questions in. Hashtag Giants or Super Chat to get on today's show. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We're about to get into a mailbag where we answer questions from subscribers. So go down in the comment section and hit that sub button. We only answer questions from subscribers. Help us get to 21,000 subs. We're about 100 away. If you love the Giants and you want to be a real one, or if you are a real one, go down right now. Hit that sub button. First question coming in from my guy, JD. What up, JD? Says, I think that coach needs to let DJ loose so we can keep our run game open. Do you think if the offense run passes 50-50, Giants would be a stronger team? I agree, JD. I think that the Giants need to be a more open attack, but at the end of the day, when I went back and watched, and I always do, when I go back and watch the All-22, it seems like when the Giants dial it up to throw a deep shot, Daniel Jones gets sacked. This offensive line is just struggling right now, specifically the interior. Every position besides Andrew Thomas, even Andrew Thomas the past couple of games, has given up some sacks. But, I mean, go back to the play this weekend. Isaiah Hodgins runs a 15-yard stop and go, and before he gets out of this break on the double move, Daniel Jones is sacked. So I think it's tough because you're walking a line. You want to run a game plan that you think is suited best for your team. I think the Giants have decided that's running the football and quick, short passing game. But yes, JD, I would like to see a couple more shot plays because, look, explosive plays win you football games in the National Football League. Big boy Kev, my guy, says, I'm thinking with our cap space and the Bills and Cowboys signings was themselves, we can satisfy Odell's needs. So if we do, we can get him that target. So, yes, the Dallas Cowboys signed T.Y. Hilton. The Buffalo Bills signed Cole Beasley out of retirement. Makes it seem like there's only one team at the current moment left in the race for Odell Beckham Jr.'s, OBJ. The latest reports are that OBJ doesn't intend to sign with a team now until the offseason. And that makes me feel like no team actually offered him a contract. I don't think a lot of teams liked it when he said he doesn't feel the need to play in the regular season. I don't think a lot of teams liked it when he said he wasn't going to be able to play until mid-January. I don't think OBJ's ready to play, and that was never really a big decision for me. I always thought if he could play, it'd be very hopeful, and that was looking out, but he's going to be the best free agent wide receiver there is. I don't think there's a problem getting him in the building right now. Antonio G. says, who is your dream wide receiver the Giants could bring in the offseason? Dream wide receiver. The wide receiver free agency class is not that good. I don't think that Joe Shane is a guy that's going to give up a whole bunch of future assets to make a trade for a wide receiver. So I think that would come in the NFL draft. And according to Todd McShay, of ESPN, he just put out his most recent mock draft, and these were the top 5 receivers in his mock draft. Quentin Johnston out of TCU, big-bodied receiver, good after the catch. Jordan Addison was actually mocked to the Giants in McShay's mock draft. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who had an incredible season back in 2021 with Ohio State. Zay Flowers out of Boston College. And Jalen Hyatt, one of the most explosive players in college football, absolutely tore up the Alabama Crimson Tide. If the Giants are going to select a wide receiver in the first round, it's most likely going to be one of these guys. These are according to the NFL draft experts, the top 5 guys in the draft. So I'll ask this question. Should the Giants draft a wide receiver in round 1? Do you think that the first person they should pick in this draft is a wide receiver? If you do, type D for draft. Or if you don't think they should draft a wide receiver in round 1, type P for pass. I want you to sound off in the comments section right now. Shout out to Ricky. Should we pick a wide receiver O lineman? Look, I lean towards off wide receiver, but Ricky, I'm also keeping in mind that I think you need to draft the best player available with that pick. I think the biggest need for this team is wide receiver, interior offensive lineman, cornerback, inside linebacker. You could use another defensive tackle so Dexter Lawrence doesn't have to play so many snaps. I mean, if there's an awesome guard in round 1 on the board, I'd take him. If there was an awesome wide receiver on the board in round 1, I'd take him. If there was an awesome corner on the board in round 1, I'd take him. Best player on the board, that's kind of where I'm leaning. If I had to pick a position, though, I would probably go with wide receiver. Cal Walker, Marshy, what are your top 3 keys to victory in Sunday night's game? We'll go through. I actually got 5 for you. How about a little 5-piece? We'll go quickly. Start fast. Come out of the gate hot. Make Washington come from behind. Make Taylor Heineke throw the ball and beat you with his arm. I also think you need to get Saquon Barkley going. Get him back on track. He's not on the injury report. Rumors are he's 100% once again. We need Barkley to be great this weekend. Force turnovers. Find a way. Kayvon Thibodeau. Azeez Ojulari. Can I get a strip sack? Julian Love. Can I get an interception? Find a way to make them turn the football over. We need Daniel Jones to step up. Daniel Jones has to play his best football game of his career. It's do or die. It's do or die. Daniel Jones plays great. Giants are going to win. If they don't, they won't. Just win. That's my final one. Just freaking win. If you're not first, you're last. Shout out to Ricky Bobby. Look, do what you got to do. Win the game. Just freaking win. Just be better than them by 1 point. I don't care about the rest. You can actually bet on the game with our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/bet and use the promo code CHAT125, and they're going to hook you guys up with a 125% deposit bonus, and you can bet on the game this weekend. I'm taking the Giants money line. They're underdogs by 4.5 points, so you're going to get some good odds on that. Bet on the game with our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Make sure you use that promo code so you can get a 125% deposit bonus. Ricky, back with another one, says, I honestly think Hodgins and Wandale plus a pickup on our first draft pick will secure our wide receiver woes. I think that's definitely a good start, Ricky, but I don't want to stop there because I don't think Isaiah Hodgins is a top 4 wide receiver on a good football team. I think Hodgins is solid, but I don't want everyone to overrate Hodgins because he's the best of the bad wide receivers that we have. Someone's got to catch the football. Got to throw the ball to someone. I want Hodgins back next year, but I don't want us to get ourselves in this trap thinking that he's a starting receiver in the National Football League. I like Wandale Robinson, but he's coming off an ACL injury. I think the Giants need to go out and add 2 legit wide receivers this offseason. I want them to come out of the draft taking a minimum of 2 wide receivers and then signing one to some significant money in free agency or making a trade, but I'm not going to move too many assets that hurt the future building of this roster. Fabian Wiley, my guy, says, when will they ever start? Never. No. Tyrod Taylor is not going to start this year unless Daniel Jones gets hurt. It's just not going to happen. Show me the money. If the Giants lose to the Commanders, can they still make the playoffs? Yes. They can still make the playoffs. These are currently the odds according to the New York Times playoff predictor. Before the game, as in right now, the Giants, according to them, have a 60% chance to make the playoffs. If they beat Washington, they have an 89% chance. And if they lose Washington, they have a 37% chance. After the Washington game, you're going to play Philly, you're going to play the Colts, and you're going to play the Vikings. If you lose to Washington, you got to win 2 of those 3 games. You win 2 more games, this team's going to make the playoffs. Finish 9-7-1. This team will make the playoffs. I'll ask you, though, will the Giants make the playoffs? Will they do it? Will they do it? What do you say? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know what you think. Steven, my guy, I hope the toe is better, brother. I know that it didn't work out for you so well. So how do you feel about Isaiah Hodgins? I think he's getting a good rhythm along with DJ at this point. I think for a guy that you picked up in mid-November off the waiver wire, he was a great addition. But he's not a game changer. He's not someone that I believe needs to be a starting receiver in the NFL. I think he's solid. I'd like him on the roster next year. I think he has some potential, but he's not a game changer, and that's what I want at the wide receiver spot. I like him, but I like him for what he is. I don't want us to overrate him, kind of like I said a little bit earlier. Let's not make him seem like he's this great wide receiver because he's the best of the bad group that we have. He's solid. Nothing special. Last question from the GOAT, Corinne. Says, the Commanders just activated Wentz. Yes, they did, and it's to be the backup. This is Taylor Heineke's team. Wentz is only going to play if Heineke gets hurt. I wish he'd play because he is much worse than Taylor Heineke. I appreciate everyone, as always, for making Giants Now a part of their day. If you made it this far in the video, type real one and give me a follow over on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. Shoot me a follow. Show me some love. Give me a follow. Don't be weird. Give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_. All righty. We are still $40 away from another beer shotgun. But also, we have another mailbag coming up. Round two. Use hashtag Giants or Super Chat to get in the show because we're going to need some more questions. We're running low. Use hashtag Giants or Super Chat to get on the show. Killer Kev, ask a question for me. Steven, ask a question. Alex with a question. I appreciate you. Mike Francis, a legend on the channel. A member of the Hard Hat Hall of Fame. Shout out to NY for Life getting a question in. Carl, no problemo. Carl, just help me out, though. Ask a question for me in the comments section. You know the drill. Use hashtag Giants. I got my boy Seeps with me. We'll be live on Knicks in a little bit. If you could, ask a question for me in the comment section. I also want to let you guys know we do have our Super Chat menu for today. Every $5 Super Chat, we're pouring a little bit into the Brian Day Bowl. At the end of the show, I got to chug it. Every $10 Super Chat, we're going to do fireball shots. $50 Super Chat, we'll do a beer shotgun. And if someone sends in a $100 Super Chat, which would cut the deficit of our Super Chat watch party battle, you're going to get a sticker on the hard hat with your initials on it. Because right now, we are in a Super Chat battle with all three live shows that are going on in the Chat Sports Studios right now. Dolphins today, they're at 221. They're talking shit. They said, no way Giants fans are going to step up. They're not real enough. You call yourselves the real ones, but there's actually no real ones right there. Those are their words, not mine. Browns reports at 15. Giants Now, the show you're watching, is at 60. We're trying to catch Dolphins today. If we do, me and Seeps will do a beer shotgun race. Or if we get to $100 in Super Chats, we're 40 away, I'll do a beer shotgun. I'll do a beer shotgun if we get to $100 in Super Chats. Super Chats, we keep them coming. Woo! All righty. Hashtag Giants, get your question in. Let's roll through this next mailbag. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. Everyone that gives me a follow and then DMs me Big Blue, I'll give you a follow back at @MarshallGreen_. Just send me a DM that says Big Blue, and I'll give you a follow back. Shout out to my guy, Killer Kev. Says, when is Adoree Jackson coming back? He did have that sprained MCL a couple of weeks ago against this is the game after Seattle. I don't remember what game that was, but that was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago by now. 4 or 6 game recovery usually is for a sprained MCL. I was talking on Twitter a little bit with Dan Duggan of The Athletic. I asked him if Adoree Jackson was going to be out for the year. He told me no, but he doesn't know when he's coming back. I wouldn't expect Adoree Jackson to play this weekend against Washington. Mike Francis with a $10 super chat. My guy, we're doing a Fireball shot on air. Shout out to my guy Mike Francis. Every $10 super chat, we'll do Fireball shots. This is what happens when you do live YouTube. You just roll with the punches. Shout out to my guy Mike, a real one. What would you rate the Giants draft from this year as of now? That's a great question. Still way too early to give a good ranking. I like what I've seen from Kayvon. I think Evan Neal has showed some flashes. Before Wan'Dale Robinson got hurt, I liked him. Cordell Flott, haven't been all too impressed. Micah McFadden, meh. Daniel Bellinger, I thought he was a good mid-round draft pick. Joshua Ezeudu's been okay. Haven't seen much from Marcus McKeithen. DJ Davidson got hurt. I would have liked to seen more from Darian Beavers before he hurt his knee. I know I'm missing a couple of guys. They drafted 10 guys. How would I rate it? A B. I'd rate it a B because I think you have a potential superstar in Kayvon Thibodeau, and I do still think Evan Neal's going to be great. And I think Wan'Dale Robinson, when he gets healthy, could be good, no doubt about it. Mike, great question. And as always, thanks for being a real one and supporting the channel. Rashad, when will people stop overrating Kayvon Thibodeau's season? Everything that glitters isn't golden. When I watch the game, Thibodeau pops off the screen for me. Has 2 sacks, I think, or 1 sack on the season. 2 sacks on the season. I thought he should have been awarded a 3rd sack last week. They credit it to Azeez Ojulari. We can't just look at the stats, though. He's been good against the run. He has a lot of QB pressures. I mean, that game against Dallas, if he makes that sack on Dak Prescott that he missed, that would have been one of the best games that we've seen from a rookie edge rusher. He had 10 QB pressures. You don't see that. I'd like to see, can we get our full healthy defensive line on the field at the same time? Can I see Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, Azeez Ojulari, and Kayvon Thibodeau all play together? I'm still really, really high on Kayvon Thibodeau. Are the sack numbers a little disappointing? That's fair, but sprained his MCL in the preseason. I think he's just now getting to 100%. I don't think you can solely just judge stuff off of sack numbers. MVP back to back. Carrie Morris. Let's go. $20 super chat. Let's be like Carrie. Carrie, we shipped the stuff out today. Shout out to you. Let's get the F Washingtons going down in the comments section. Carrie knows the drill. I want everyone right now to type F Washington down in the comments section. If you love the Giants and you want the Giants to beat Washington, or if you just hate stinking Washington, go down in the comments section and type that on screen right now. While you guys are doing so, let me tell you about today's sponsor, Fetch, an app that's for free for iPhone or Android that lets you turn your receipts into free gift cards. Download the app today by going to chatsports.com/fetch and make sure you use the promo code chat so you can get hooked up with 5,000 bonus points. Those bonus points are going to get you halfway on your way to a $10 gift card. It's super easy to use. You use the app to snap a photo of your receipts from your purchases from any store or click the e-receipt option, and Fetch can connect to your Amazon account and you'll earn points for all shipped orders. Plus, connect your email to earn points for every e-receipt you receive from Uber, Instacart, or any purchases you make online. Those points can then be redeemed for gift cards at your favorite stores or restaurant. Fetch is available for free on the iPhone or Android. Go to chatsports.com/fetch, use the promo code chat, and get rewarded for all of your shopping. We're all going to be buying stuff during the holiday season. Get some money back. Turn those receipts into gift cards with Fetch, the best app in the game. I use them all the time. I've already secured me a couple of gift cards. You can do the same. Go to chatsports.com/fetch, promo code chat. Shout out to Devin Pratt. What up, homie? He says, do you think the Giants could trade with Chicago or Houston to get their first round pick to draft Quentin Johnston? Well, I don't think So I know Houston has 2 like top picks, right? Because they have the Browns pick. Maybe you can move up there and they try to get some more picks for the haul that they traded for Deshaun Watson. I like that idea, Devon. I am not opposed to that whatsoever. But I think if you're going to trade up in this draft, just go get the QB, whoever it is. Whoever you we already hit that one. He's probably a tough spot to come into, no doubt about it. I don't mind it, Devon. I don't mind it. I like a lot of receivers in this draft. I like Johnston. I like Jalen Hyatt. I like Jordan Addison. I like Jackson Smith and Jigba. You can stay at the spot you are and get a good wide receiver. Good thought, though. I haven't thought about that. I don't think Chicago, though, would trade out of their number 2 pick. Or maybe. Maybe they would. I don't know if you want to move all the way up to 2, though, to get a receiver. Alex Roberts, what up, man? What are your score predictions? Great question. I don't think so. What are your score predictions? Give me the Giants. 24. Giants 24, Washington 23. Giants win by 1 point. Last second field goal from Graham the Golden Toe Gano. Graham Gold Toe Gano knocks in the game-winning kick. The Giants cement themselves in the playoffs. I got the Giants 24, Washington 23. Randy B, what up, Brody? Says if Daniel Jones isn't the QB next year, who will it be? Randy, that is the $1 million question that I have been asked 1,000,000 times, and I have not been able to come up with a good answer. If you guys have an idea, let me know, and we can go to that right now. Who do you guys think will be the QB1 next season? If I had to predict what I think is going to happen, I think the Giants sign Daniel Jones to a 1 or 2 year extension, and then they draft a QB in round 2 this year, or they wait to draft a QB in round 1 next year. And also people will say Lamar Jackson, he's a free agent. You're not getting Bryce Young, probably not getting C.J. Stroud. Do you want Will Levis? Do you want Anthony Richardson? Giants are in a tough spot, the QB spot. I still don't think I've gotten a fair evaluation of Daniel Jones. I just don't know if he is the guy. NY for life is Ben Bredesen playing this weekend. That is currently to be determined. We are filming this on Saturday, or on Wednesday. This video will be going out on the channel on Saturday. So if something has changed, I apologize. There ain't shit I'll do about it. I'll make a community post, probably do another video on it. But he has been activated off injured reserve. His practice window has been met. I think he's out there. I think he's healthy. I don't know if he starts, but I do think he will be on the sideline come this weekend. Killa Kev with a $20 super chat. What up, Brody? He says, what do you think of the Giants drafting Anthony Richardson? Would it be a backup for DJ for a couple of years? Yeah, look, there's things I love about Richardson. There's things that I am questionable about, and there's some things about his game that I just don't like, but I can see getting better. Look, he's 6'4". He's the most gifted QB I think we've seen since Josh Allen in an NFL draft. 6'4". He's going to run a 4.4. He's 230 pounds. He can throw the ball 85 yards. Every skill, he checks the box, but the fact is he completes 55% of his passes at Florida, which is a terribly low number. If he gets drafted in the first round, wherever he gets drafted, he's not going to be the starter come year 1. He's going to need to sit for at least a year, maybe even 2 years. But there is going to be a team, and it might be the New York Football Giants, that say, you know what? Brian Daboll, Joe Shane, you did this same exact thing a couple of years ago with Josh Allen, and now he's arguably the best quarterback in the National Football League. Can you do it once again with Anthony Richardson, who has all of the same skills and tools that Josh Allen has? And I think he might even have a stronger arm than him. I've seen this guy throw the ball 85 yards by the flick of the wrist. Look, he's talented. I wonder how he reads defenses, deciphers coverage. He has a lot to learn still, but man, he is an enticing prospect. Steven Arse. If Joe Shane knows Saquon won't sign this offseason, do you think based off this season by Saquon, will he trade Saquon Barkley? Like, sign him to a contract and then trade him? That's not going to happen. You have a chance you could franchise tag him and trade him. I am stuck in the mud on Saquon Barkley. My heart says yes. My head says no. There's a lot of holes on this team, and do you really want to allocate that type of money to the running back position? Then my heart tells me he's a great Giant. He's a leader. He's in the building. He's a good running back when he's healthy. He's got a good offensive line. He's the heartbeat of this team. He never misses practice. He never misses an OTA or a not mandatory, voluntary workout. My mind says no. My heart says yes. I am totally conflicted on Saquon Barkley. Let me know what y'all would do. Should the Giants re-sign Saquon? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know what you think. All in NYG. Last question. Are you worried about the Lions making the playoffs? I mean, they are emerging right before our eyes in this playoff race. For a while, I always thought the 6 and 7 spot would come down to the Giants, the Washington Commanders, and the Seattle Seahawks. But here comes the little old Lions and Dan Campbell eating kneecaps. This is what their schedule looks like the rest of the way. They got the Jets, Panthers, Bears, Packers. We need the Jets to win. New York, stand up. Stand up. We need the Jets to win. That's the game that we need. The Lions lose. What does it seem they have to win out? Lions have to win out. They lose one game. They're done. I'm worried if the Giants are going to make the playoffs at all, so I want you guys to make me feel better or just let me know what you think. What is your confidence level the Giants will make the playoffs? Or is this the Lions? Giants? Giants. What is your confidence level the Giants will make the playoffs? Scale it from 1 to 10. 1 being they ain't making it, you ain't confident. 10 being you're extremely confident, you'll bet your frickin' life on it. Scale it for me, 1 to 10, in the comment section right now. Bang! A 20-piece from Carrie, a 10-piece from Mike, and a 20-piece from Killer Kev has us in striking range.
We're close.
In striking range to catch Dolphins today.
I walked out there, Marsh. Will's shaking in his boots right now. He's shaking. He comes up to me, "Wait, what are you guys at?" I said, "I think we're just over 100 now." He was a little nervous.
Guys, we have to catch Dolphins today. I'm going to do a beer shotgun because we got two $100 in Super Chats. You want to go grab me one? Yeah, out of the fridge. Yeah, if we get to $222 in Super Chats, if we get to $220 in Super Chats, me and producer Patrick Seatman are going to do a beer shotgun race. A beer shotgun race. Can we get there? All I hear all week long is that we're going to beat you in the Super Chat battle this week. Giants fans aren't real ones. Giants fans can't do this. Dolphins fans are better. Dolphins fans are number one. I'm tired of hearing that BS. Killer Kev. Ice cold. Oh, are they, baby? Are they? All right. I'm going to do a beer shotgun. Seeps, give some shout-outs to the real ones. If you're a real one, if you're subscribed to the channel, I want you to type me in the comment section right now. If you're a real one, type me in the comment section. Let's go.
You know what I want to do right here, though, Marsh? I'm going to time you.
You're going to time me?
Because I want to see where our average is.
Dude, this one's not fair.
That one's like too cold?
It is.
Because I want to see how Brett beat you.
Dude,
on the game
smoked me.
I know.
I was embarrassing. My boss beat me in a beer shotgun race.
Jeez, we might need to get Brett here to run it back.
Carrie Morris lurking in the chat.
Carrie. Carey.
Carey is the #1 super chatter of Giants Now. I added up all the totals from every game this season, and Carey Morris is in first, and it's really not even close.
That's why they call her the MVP.
That's why Carey Morris is the MVP.
Got 20 if you say go Cowboys. Don't say it
Go F yourself. Here we go. If you're a subscriber, type me. Patrick's going to give you some shout-outs.
Where you guys at? Marsh is underway. Rudy T typing his me. AD laughing after the comment he just made. Individual typing me. Marsh is going down the hatch right now. Let's see if he's going to break 15 seconds. That's a cold one. At 16 seconds.
Oh, my God.
That was ice cold. I grabbed them out of the fridge. They were freezing. You could tell. It
hit my tooth.
Oh. That's brutal.
That sucked.
That's brutal.
I do it for you guys. I do it for you.
Hit the sub button.
AD!
Oh!
With a 20! AD! I'm not saying it, though.
Come on.
I'm not. I can't.
AD.
AD.
Oh!
Mike Francis! Bang!
Oh!
Mike Francis says, F the Cowgirls in that 20-piece. We appreciate AD, but Mike's the real one. That's why Mike is an honorary member of the New York Giants Now Ring of Honor and a member of the Hard Hat Hall of Fame. We are how far away? 41?
51, I think. Or 41, yeah.
41 away.
41 away. Let's go.
41 away from catching up to Dolphins today.
Let's have a shotgun race.
If we get there, me and Seeps are going to do a beer shotgun race. Is there a trash can over there?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever showed you guys, but the tool is awesome. So it puts...
Oh!
Carey Morris! Bang! A $20 super chat! We're $21 away! We're $21 away! Let's go! 21 away. Who's got my back? Who's got my back? Carey Morris and Corinne! Corinne with the 20-piece! Corinne.
Racing Dolphins.
Corinne. We are $21 away from catching Dolphins today in today's Super Chat battle.
Right.
Shout out to Corinne. F Washington, no doubt about it.
Sub for Giant stuff.
Sub for Dubs.
Can't lose to the commies this week.
Gosh, you cannot lose to the Commanders. We're $21 away. I'm doing some shots for Corinne. If we get to 222, which is 21 away, we catch Dolphins today.
Yep.
And me and Seeps are doing a beer shotgun race.
Come on, guys.
I need it. I need it like a fish needs water.
I need it bad.
I'm going to rip off a couple of shots here, even though I still got this Brian Daboll. Remember, every $5 super chat that comes in,
Add to the Dable.
add to the Brian Daboll. This one's for Corinne.
Corinne. The GOAT.
Literally, a goat.
Who's got us?
We can't come this close.
We can't come $20
We can't
short.
come this close. We can't come this close.
Come on,
To
guys.
only come this close. All right, how about this? I'll do a deal because I'm a deal maker. Every $5 super chat that comes in the next 2 minutes, we were doing $10 fireball shots. All we need is five $5 super chats.
Let's ride.
If we get it in the next 2 minutes, Every $5 that comes in, I'll do a fireball shot. So if we get 5 of them, I got 5, and I got to do a beer shotgun race with Seeps. We're right there.
Cutting deals today, Marsh.
We're cutting deals. I'm doing what I got to do because I cannot lose to the Dolphins. You see that? I can't do that. No. You heard them come in our studio. You heard them sing and dance and cheer.
Their songs sucks.
I can't do. Their songs blow.
It sucks.
Their songs blow. Is it going to happen? It has to happen.
It has to happen.
I'm putting the hard hat on because I need someone with that hard hat mentality to come through. I need someone to come through with that hard hat mentality. Come on.
Come on, guys.
A 21. Oh! 10-piece from Relentless. We're 11 away. We're $11 in super chats away from catching Miami Dolphins today. I got 2 shots for Relentless. Let's go.
Who's got us another $11?
Relentless. All right. Got one more in me. Who's got us? Who's got me? We can't come this far, Seeps, to only... Danny! Ray Nunez! Bang! We did it! We did it! Bang! Ray Nunez and Danny! 1, 2, 4, 6, 0! With the icing on top. You guys are incredible. Holy shit. Gun in here, I think Petey has it. If you can, grab a little nap too. Napkin, a little spillage earlier. But, wow. Ray Nunez, Kerry Morris, Danny, you guys are awesome. Holy shit. I knew you guys could. I knew it was going to happen. You guys had my back. I appreciate that. Kerry Morris. I don't want to give away the surprise for this Sunday, Kerry. So the last 2 weeks, we gave away a bottle cap, like a big Giants bottle cap, to our Super Chat MVP on Sunday. Kerry Morris was the winner. Last week, we had a Giants football, like a replica Giants football, where half of it was white. It had the logo. It was stitched on there. Kerry won that. This Sunday, I don't want to spoil it. You've seen what we're giving away this Sunday, right? I don't want to spoil it. I will say this. It's a big game this Sunday, and we got a big surprise for whoever Kerry says I'm going to let somebody else win it. That's because Kerry's a real one. It's pretty damn cool. Seeps is talking mess over here, so I'm about to get smoked. All I'll say is, if you are the winner, we'd officially be twins. I think that's as good as I can get. I think that's a good hint. That's a good hint. Very good. If whoever, and Kerry, it's almost too good of a hint. Kerry, you can, on our Raiders Report show, they've had multiple people just like you win a couple of times, and they donated it to someone else, which I thought was one of the cooler things. But if you win it this Sunday, maybe the hint was too good. Maybe the hint was a little bit too good. Relentless, I'm not saying you're right.
You guys are going to get a Nike polo.
I'm not saying you're right, Relentless, but I'm not saying you're wrong. Here we go, though. Here we go. Yeah. We'll get it in a sec. Let me know who you got. Type M for Marsh, P for Pat in the shotgun race. Here we go. I'll count it down. You ready? I can feel it, how cold it is right here.
Oh my God, yeah.
All righty. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my God, that was brutal. So cold. I think my lungs were already cold. I don't know. I don't think he finished. I'm calling phony on Brett. I'm calling a phony on Brett. Carrie says they're teaming up with Karen on Sunday. I love that.
This old head got mine. Shout out to Carl. We'll see you tonight, Carl. Big game.
Big game. Knicks Bucks tonight. If you are a Knicks fan, what did I say? Bulls. F the Bucks. Knicks Bulls tonight. This dude. All I'm going to say is I smoked Seeps. I smoked him. I smoked him.
I got a good...
Look at Carl. Look at Carl. Oh, my God.
Tonight I will.
All righty. All right, I got to sober up before this game. All right. Carrie, Ray, Danny, Relentless, Corinne, Mike, AD, Killer Kev, Mike Francis, everyone that super chatted. You guys are awesome. One F the Miami Dolphins. F Will Scott, the host of that show. Can we get him in here? Is he filming? Yeah, get Will and Jeremy in here. Tell them they won. Tell them to come in here. Like, the fact I get to do what I do, and this is my job. It's my full-time job. It's my career. The fact that you guys show love like you do for just a kid that grew up, wanted to be in sports media, and I get to talk about my two favorite teams, it's humbling, man. You know what else is humble? This pie that we're about to serve Dolphins today. Because, congrats. Congrats on second place! Second place! Second place! New York Giants, number one. Na. Daniel Jones, can I get a Daniel Jones touchdown? How does it go? Can I get the tune? They're defeated. Congrats. It was a fair fight. Number one. New York, hey! New York Giants, number one. This is my guy, though. This is my guy. Can you put this on as victory? He looks good in that. Blue and red is your color.
We both don't like the Patriots.
Yeah, no, F the Patriots.
We don't like the Jets. We don't like the Jets.
We need the Jets to beat the Lions, though. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. What do you have to say?
I mean, hopefully the Giants win, and they're doing well because we know the Yankees ain't doing crap.
All right. All good fun here in the Chat Sports Studio. Shout out to Dolphins today. Shout out to Giants now. What does that mean? Nudes? All righty. I was serious about what I was saying earlier. Like, the fact that I get to do what I do and you guys show this much love, it's pretty damn humbling, I'll say that. It's pretty humbling. Yeah, Mike, they got to watch their mouths. They're Astros fans, both of them. I just want to rock them in their mouth one time. It is what it is, though. Thank you. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Huge game this weekend. It's the biggest game the Giants have had since the playoff game against the Packers. It's the biggest game the Giants have played since the playoff game versus the Packers. Let's see what happens. We'll see you there. If you're a real one, tune in this Sunday. Watch party is awesome. God, This is going to be a long night. We'll see you later.